So you're 22 weeks pregnant. Congrats. You're officially in the sweet spot of the second trimester. But don't let the calm fool you. Your baby, your body, and even your brain are doing some wild things right now. In this episode, I'm breaking down what's really going on at 22 weeks pregnant. Some of it might surprise you. I'm going to be sharing things like what weird symptoms are actually normal right now, what your baby's doing, and 3 powerful ways to prep now for an easier birth and breastfeeding journey. And trust me, most pregnancy apps and doctor's visits really tend to skip this, but I won't. So stick around to the end because I've got a little secret that could make your postpartum and breastfeeding experience 10 times easier. So with that being said, let's jump in. All right, so let's talk baby. At 22 weeks, your baby is about the size of a papaya, which is about 11 inches long and just under a pound. But it's not just about the size. Here's the cool stuff happening this week. First up, taste buds are on. Yep. We've talked about it in previous videos, but your baby is tasting what you eat through your amniotic fluid. So if you've been craving spicy tacos or sour pickles, well, baby's getting a little sample of that. Also, we've talked before about their hearing improving, and your baby can absolutely hear your heartbeat, which will be so soothing to them once they are born. Your voice and loud noises, all of that noise that they hear outside of the womb, they are taking in and processing. So go ahead and talk to that belly and play your favorite playlist because they are listening, my friend. Now, this is pretty exciting because here's something new. Vernix. Vernix is here. And what's going on is the fine hair and cheesy coating that protect your baby's skin from the amniotic fluid. It's not really glamorous, but it's super important. So while you may be thinking, okay, cool, I'm halfway there, your baby's over here doing full-blown science fair experiments inside of you. All right, now let's talk about you, my friend. Your body at 22 weeks is shifting and stretching in ways that you can't even see yet, but you probably can feel it. So let's break down some of the top symptoms that you may be experiencing this week. Okay, so here's one that we've actually talked about before, but it's very important to review this week, and that is the round ligament pain. Now, the reason why I keep revisiting this is because it's so super common. If you've been here before, this will be a refresher. If you're new here, this is definitely something you need to pay attention to. So, what is round ligament pain? Well, that is the sharp stabbing pain on the side of your belly when you stand up too fast or when you roll over in bed. Now, all of this is totally normal, and it means that things are stretching out for your baby. So I have 2 tips that will really help you through this time. The first pro tip is to simply use a belly band. They are super helpful, and they will help with your movements to keep everything kind of compressed in a way where you won't feel so much of that pain. The other thing is to simply have slower movements. When you stand up or when you're turning over, do it slowly, take your time, and both of those things together should help to relieve some of that round ligament pain. All right, now here is the second thing I want to talk about concerning you, and that would be increased vaginal discharge. Okay, so I know this is not a cute subject, but it's completely normal, so we need to talk about it. It's your body's way of preventing infections, believe it or not. So as long as there's no bad odor or weird color, you're good. So here's your pro tip for this one. Now is actually a really good time to start incorporating panty liners into your underwear. Trust me, they are going to become your new BFF. All right, now we've talked about it before, which is pregnancy dreams. But I want to revisit this because as you progress in your pregnancy, you may be noticing them more and more. In fact, I want you to raise your hand if you've had a dream about giving birth in Target or accidentally breastfeeding your cat. Those are all things that you can happily blame on hormones, because your brain is doing some deep rewiring in preparation for motherhood. So this is all scientifically proven. It's absolutely normal. So don't let it weird you out too much. Now, if you're new here, you might not be aware that your heart is really working overtime. 40 to 50% harder now. Why? Because of all of the extra blood flow that is needed to support both you and your growing baby. So if you feel a little bit more out of breath when you're going up and down the stairs, that's why, and it's totally normal. It's completely okay. All right, now this is the part most people skip, but this is where you change the game, mama. At 22 weeks, you've still got time. And that's exactly why you should start prepping for your postpartum and your breastfeeding journey. So let's talk strategy. Tip number 1, learning how to breastfeed before you actually need to breastfeed actually works. Don't just wait until your baby's here and try to wing it. No, we're not doing that this year. I've said it in other videos. You'll hear me to continue to say it. We are going to learn before you actually need to apply it, so that once baby is here, you have a point of reference and you understand the process and what to do next. If anything, you'll just need some supplementary support, but you will pretty much know exactly what to do and how to do it. These are things, take out your note app. And these are some things I want you to learn how to do. I want you to learn how to latch. I want you to learn about milk supply and how it works. And I want you to learn how to avoid nipple pain. And I want you to do all of that now, because those things will come in handy when you understand all of those concepts and how to navigate those in your breastfeeding journey. So to accompany this whole process, your body's getting ready. I need you to get your mind, your heart ready to do these things so that you can hit the ground running and to be successful. Okay, so here is tip number 2. I want you to create your birth prep zone. I want you to start gathering your hospital bag essentials. Now, there's a link in the description box below for a free PDF download that you can download to get started prepping your hospital bag today. So be sure to check the link in the description. Now, along with that, I want you to start considering your birth preferences. Don't forget to include things like whether or not you want to do immediate skin-to-skin contact. That's a yes, you do, which is going to be great for bonding and great for your milk supply. I want you to consider what is delayed cord clamping. I want you to talk to your doctor about it. I want you to understand what that process looks like and have an idea of whether or not that's something that you choose to do for your birth. Also, I want you to start inquiring about a lactation consultant in the area that you can engage for any questions that you may have once you've started your breastfeeding journey, in case you run into any bumps in the road. It's always good to have those numbers ready so that you don't get discouraged and quit too soon, right? Because you have help at speed dial. So keep that in mind. All right, tip number 3. Start using affirmations. Now, this is important, even though I think people kind of dismiss it a little bit and don't realize the importance of getting your mind ready and having that mindset shift. Your brain is listening. Let me say that again. Your brain is listening to everything that you tell it. The way you talk to yourself now is really going to shape how you show up for birth. So I want you to start saying things like, my body knows how to birth my baby. Let me say that again. My body knows how to birth my baby. I also want you to say, I am preparing for a peaceful postpartum. I'm preparing right now for a peaceful postpartum. The last one I'm going to give you for today is, I trust my body and I trust my baby. I trust my body and I trust my baby. Those are all very powerful because it positions you in this positive stance to expect the best, to really position yourself to expect the best, okay, from yourself and from your baby. Now, let's take a quick detour. Let's talk baby stuff. You don't need to buy everything right now. But this is a great time to add a few things to your registry. I'm going to suggest a good nursing pillow, which is an absolute game changer. I'm also going to suggest some nipple covers while you are in postpartum. They often come in very handy. And might I add, hello, Bump to Bundle Blueprint, which is there to help walk you through and prepare for birth, a breastfeeding class, and a childbirth class or birth prep course. Those are my top 3, period. And you can find the different class resources in the link below. And another thing I want you to consider adding to your registry is simply a baby carrier. Now, this will really help in the postpartum, especially if you have a C-section. So you want to make sure that you have a baby carrier added to your registry. Okay, mama. I know that was a lot, but now you're in the know, right? Your baby's growing fast, your body's working overtime, and you've officially reached the let's start getting ready stage of pregnancy. So don't wait until the hospital to learn how to prep and how to breastfeed. The time is now. So grab my Bump to Bundle Blueprint. A link is in the description. It is the same system that I've used to help hundreds of first-time moms feel ready, calm, and confident heading into delivery. Don't forget the link is below. It's self-paced, easy to follow, and packed with everything that you need. No guesswork required. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up so that other new moms can find it just like you did. And don't forget to subscribe so that you're here next week for week 23 pregnancy updates. Now, I want to know in the comments, what's the weirdest pregnancy symptom you've had so far? I love reading your stories, so please drop them in the comments. Let's chat and meet up there. You've got this, mama, and I'll see you in the next video.